At this point, what can you say? Jets are 0-2, and both games were disastrous. Sabo Radio after week 2, well, after the Jets, Sunday portion of week 2. Waiting for Monday Night Football tonight with Vegas and New Orleans without Michael Thomas, which hurts one of my fantasy teams greatly. 31-13 loss to the Niners, and again, much like the Buffalo score, it wasn't even that close. What can you say at this point? There are issues. We'll go through some of the game film. Well, it's not film, it's still the broadcast view. There are issues across the board. You can't point the finger at just one person, whether it's Darnold, whether it's Gase. The head coach, Gase, deserves most of the blame, especially in this one. Week 1, I thought his play calling was fine. And like I said, what you can get on Gase about in week 1 is preparation. Is Darnold prepared? Is your team prepared? Preparation, game plan, some of the schematic stuff that happens over the course of installing a system, and head coaching traits. Does he have that it factor when it comes to head coaching? Can he challenge guys the way Bill Parcells, for example, used to do that? Plant some kind of hidden message in someone's locker to get him motivated for a certain game. If the head coach sees that guy is down, those certain things is the concern with Gase. But the problem is week 2 against San Fran, it wasn't just that. The play calling was a factor. Darnold was a non-factor, and he couldn't really even play. That's the problem. 31-13, Darnold finishes with 179 and a touchdown, garbage time touchdown to Berrios. No picks, only one sack for a 6-yard loss, 21-32. Frank Gore led the way. Oldest guy set a record, and this is just jet-like, set a record for the oldest running back or oldest player to get 20 or more carries in an NFL game. Was he 37? My age. Which signals to me I'll never make it in the NFL. I think I missed the boat. LaMichael Perrine, first NFL action, 3 carries, 17 yards. Josh Malone, 1 for 12. Darnold scrambled once, picked up a first down, finished 2 for 7. Through the air, I thought Braxton Berrios was great. I'm on this kid from the get-go. I think he's a good player. Great route runner. Hard worker. He finished with 6 for 59. Hogan, 6 for 75. Malone, 4 for 16. Perryman, 2 for 12. He left early due to an ankle, if I'm not mistaken, on that screen where he was blocking. They lost Perryman, McGovern, Mallet, and someone else who is escaping me right now. And Gase discussed those injuries on the conference call today. Perryman and McGovern, I think they're out for Sunday and most likely Thursday. We don't know. Gase did not rule them out. Remember, it's the Colts Sunday and then Denver on Thursday. So it kind of hurts anyone who's injured right now, who's week to week. It kind of hurts having that Thursday game in week 4. But Perryman ankle, Gase said he may miss a game or possibly 2. McGovern hamstring, he's going to be week to week. Quincy Wilson is in concussion protocol. Arthur Mallet, groin. Jamison Crowder will be reevaluated Wednesday. They need one of these receivers back. I mean, Mims can't return to week 4 because of the IR designation, and it might actually be week 5, if I'm not mistaken, because I think he was put on IR after week 1. But double check that for me. So, without Mims, without Perryman, Darnold is left with no outside threat. So look for Lawrence Cager to get a shot if he's healthy. I did see him practice last week. He was running on the kickoff team. So it looks like he's healthy. Is that totally game shape? I don't know. But we'll see. Look for Cager to be elevated from the practice squad for this game, Sunday. Darnold needs one of those tall guys. And in terms of 11 personnel, Berrios and Crowder's healthy. They have a problem because you want to play Berrios, but then Crowder and Berrios are two slot guys. Hogan isn't that much more of a contrasting style player to those two little guys. So you want one of the big guys, Perryman, Mims, or Cager, and then the other two spots could be anything, which I would love it if it was Crowder, Berrios, Cager, or Crowder, Berrios, Mims. But Hogan's going to be in there as well. So that's where they sit injury-wise. And, it's bad, but it's not as bad as other teams. I mean, San Francisco, they were complaining about the turf. They lost Bosa. They lost Solomon Thomas. They lost Jimmy Garoppolo on a early sack by Quinnen Williams. He hurt his ankle. And Quinnen Williams is the number one positive by far from Sunday's game. 2 sacks. He was good. He really played with an attitude that you could see, and against a good Niners O-line. But the Niners, injured. Bosa, lost for the year. So many guys lost for the year. Saquon Barkley. For all you lunatics who thought no preseason was a good idea, you are lunatics. It's that simple. You're lunatics. Preseason is so necessary, especially at the NFL level. Because the NFL, the way they practice, it's like a country club. You get your Corona, put the umbrella in the mixed drink, kick your feet up on the lounge chair by the pool. Yeah, we're putting a lounge chair by the pool. That's the way NFL practices go. And you need that preseason to gear up a little bit. Some old school thoughts you could quickly wave away. Not that one. You need preseason. So if they cut down on preseason, they better keep at least 2 games for next year. Injuries across the NFL. I mean, ridiculous. So Jets enter week 3 needing a win. Gase, everything is on fire in the world of Adam Gase, deservedly so. Even Greg Williams, his defense, one of the most overlooked aspects because Jets fans didn't want to talk about it anymore because it was a tired subject, was how bad this defense was going to be without Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams made up for so many of their ills. No pass rush, no play in space edge guy. Okay, Jamal Adams takes away one side on the edge in run support. That means the offense will have to go to the weak side. Without Jamal, and Marcus May did a hell of a job week 1. Week 2, he kind of slid back a little. Marcus May, although he's adequate, he's no Jamal Adams. Now, having said that, was this defense ever going to be great as constituted right now with Jamal Adams? No. And I didn't expect them to match last year's DVOA. I think it was at 10 with Jamal Adams this year. Without him, I actually expect and still expect the offense to finish as a better unit than the defense this year. Missed tackles left and right. No one keeps their feet. Everyone's lunging. It's just poor fundamentals left and right. They have nothing at linebacker. Alec Ogletree. There was a play where he over-pursued. I think it was it McKinnon? It was on that long run that was at 3rd and 31, I believe. And he over-pursued it so bad, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Avery Williamson, fans are screaming why Avery Williamson's not playing. Gase said to the media, it's the plan to ease him back in. Who knows? Does he look as good as he used to prior to the injury? I'm assuming no, because if he did, he'd be in there with Hewitt. They need that guy badly. Cornerbacks, bless Austin. He's missed some tackles. I still think he's a solid run support corner. Tafsir got a gift of an interception. Even on that play, the defense was terrible in communication. It was Tafsir and I think Hewitt, Tafsir and a linebacker, trying to man down a stack formation, and the communication wasn't there. Ball just got tipped up, and they picked off Mullins, the backup quarterback. So what is the issue here? What is the main problem? Honestly, it's that Gase and the Jets have a mentality problem. Gase is so married to the game plan that he comes up with during the week that while he's rolling through the game, he doesn't adapt, and it hurts his own offense. Gase enters this game knowing the Niners defense is legit. They have a sick pass rush. They gave up the fewest deep plays last year. I forget what the stat was that he cited. I know Buffalo was also among the leaders in that category as well. But okay, Gase comes into the game with a conservative, we need to stay at a third and longs, stay at a second and longs, and convert on third down, convert in the red zone. Let's make the game shorter, try to go on these long, sustained drives, and keep our defense on the sideline. That's great if you have the right team to pull it off, if you're in the right era to get it done. Something like that, the time possession, chew up the clock offense works for Bill Parcells and the 1990 Giants. Best O-line in the game, I would argue. Good running backs. Great defense with Belichick running that defense with Lawrence Taylor to keep it away from the K-gun Buffalo Bills and, keep the defense off the field except for 20 minutes. I think it was a 40-20 time of possession split. It's great. That's what great coaches do. The problem is it's 30 years later now. That doesn't happen. There's no such thing as a great defense anymore. There's no such thing as, 3 yards in a cloud of dust 3 times and punt it and you could win it that way. It doesn't work like that in today's league. And I can't believe Adam Gase isn't more assertive in terms of deviating from the game plan and taking shots downfield in a league that rewards offenses for taking shots downfield in one-on-one situations when there's just a single high safety. It boggles my mind. You see it, they do it often. Raiders last year, Cowboys, they attack downfield when the game plan calls for it. That's the problem. But San Fran, because he was fearful, Darnold didn't take his first legitimate one-on-one shot down the sideline until 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter to Chris Herndon. Of course, pass interference on the defense. He took another shot, one-on-one to Griffin, caught. Offensive pass interference. Okay, it happens. He took his third shot, and it was to Josh Malone, incomplete. Guess what? Defensive pass interference. 3 shots downfield, and quite honestly, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. How do you not take more shots than that? That's the question right now. For those on YouTube looking at the video, you'll see the video playing right now. Darnold takes that first shot to Herndon, defensive pass interference. It's not like the old days when the fans used to scream, "Throw the bomb, throw it deep," and they have no idea why they can't throw it deep. But, that's why it's not like the old days. It's 2020. The rules allow teams to do this. If you're still watching, Griffin makes the second one-on-one situation. Anytime there's one deep safety, not too deep, and the play carries out that way, it's one-on-one on the outside. I don't care if it's Herndon, Perryman, even Hogan. The Jets have weapons who could win one-on-one. And if the quarterback's good enough, he will make the right throw. Back shoulder, whatever. Gase didn't allow Darnold, or Darnold didn't allow himself to really take these shots yesterday, on Sunday. And that's criminal in this league. I don't care how much the Niners scare you. When Bosa goes out, when Solomon Thomas goes out, all those injuries happen. It's not the same team. Sherman's not playing. D Ford's not playing. You got to be kidding me. You got to take those shots. And it leads back to the Jets having a mentality problem. Don't hang with the other team. Don't hang with the best. That shouldn't be your motive. That shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be to get ahead of the best. And Gase just doesn't do that, and he deviates. And he doesn't deviate, from the game plan. On first down, and this is the most frustrating, concerning thing. Last year, Jets had no O-line. This year, they have an O-line. This line is playing well. For the entire game, Jets ran the ball on first down for 79 yards on 15 attempts, 5.2 yards per carry. Second down, 2.5 yards per carry, 20 yards, 8 runs. It was even worse in the first half. In the first half, they tallied 41 yards on 7 attempts, 5.8 yards per, and only 8 yards on 5 carries. 8 yards on 5 carries on second down in the first half. So the fact they ran so well, the offensive line did its job so well on first down, the fact that they couldn't generate anything off of that is absurd. It's absurd. To follow the game plan that strictly, get 5 on first down, have 2nd and 5, and not have your quarterback and your weapons take advantage of that situation is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Instead, Gase continued to pound it on second down, continued a 3-step drop game no matter what the Niners defense was throwing out there. They go single high, press on the outside, and the Jets still wouldn't take chances downfield on the sideline. So a 2nd and 5 turns into 3rd and 2, and then they fail on 3rd and 2. Take those shots on 2nd and 5, on 2nd and 3, when the defense gives them to you. I understand it goes against your game plan, but you can't be that rigid. That's the issue. There was a sequence early in the game, in the first half. Gore ran for, he was a yard short on second down, brought up a 3rd and 1. Gore didn't get it, brought up a 4th and 1. Josh Adams was in the game. They got stuffed. Greg Van Roten completely whiffed on the linebacker coming right down the A-gap on the backside, if you want to call it that. And after the game, Darnold said he didn't have the option to audible, which is concerning. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Most times he doesn't, which is an issue. Gase told the media he had a pass first in mind, but the pass was really generated and catered towards Brashad Perriman, who was already out of the game. So he changed it to a run with Gore out of the game, Josh Adams in, and the Jets get stuffed. Examples like that, where it's too conservative and you're not taking what the defense gives you, is why the mentality just isn't there. And before Jets fans were even in their seats at MetLife Stadium, well, of course, they weren't. There were no fans. Raheem Mostert did this outside, watching it right now on YouTube. Pitch, touchdown, 80 yards. And that's what Kyle Shanahan did all first half for the majority of the game. Attack the Jets' edge. Attack outside. Attack outside. Attack outside. Make these linebackers, these stiff linebackers, Hewitt and Ogletree, try to go sideline to sideline and attack the slow edge. This pitch was to Henry Anderson's side. He was playing edge on a 4-man front. And Henry Anderson, they're misusing him. He's not an edge guy. He's an inside guy. And any offensive play caller taking on a defense with no plain space edges, that's what you're going to do. And you're going to attack the edge, and you're going to keep doing it until they could prove to you they could fix it. So 14:43 left in the first quarter. It's already 7-0. You can't start a game much worse. Now, that's the frustrating part on top of everything, is even though they gave up that huge play, the offense actually moved the ball well, early, and on first down. First run of the game goes to Gore, what would look like a inside zone, 5 yards. And Gase even allowed Darnold and the Jets offense to pass on second and manageable, 2nd and 5. The first second down of the game was an example of that. The problem is all of these passes are controlled passes that, it's just one read, 3-step and out. That's the problem. There needs to be more variety in terms of something downfield, something in a one-on-one situation. Incomplete Darnold. You go to 3rd and 5. And then this was they capitalized on the first down. Hogan, 9 yards. And then back to Gore on the first down. Run, which picks up 7. Again, offensive line did its job early. 7 yards. You'll see it coming up pretty soon. And then on 2nd and 3, they went back to the air again. Looked like from the broadcast view, that run you just saw looked like a split zone, but I'm not positive. 2nd and 3, another pass, incomplete to Hogan on the right. Which one was this? When he got hit, he should have made the catch. I think this is the one where he got hit from behind. Let's see here. Yeah, he's got to make that catch, Hogan. So, decent job by Gase early on. I kind of like exactly what he was doing. No reason to force anything. Abide by the game plan on the first series, the script. See what the Niners do. Now, right here, on 3rd and 3, look at the Niners do. You got 8 in the box. Corner, press, single high. This was to Gore on the right side. Let's see what happens here. I think it's a split zone, and they don't get it. This is the type of stuff that is rigid and can't last. This is a look that is inviting you to call something one-on-one to the outside. You have Brashad Perryman here. Hogan, I really don't want to take a lot of chances one-on-one with Hogan, but Perryman, that's his game. He could get that done. Okay, double tight end wing look. I don't know if it's max protect. I know they ran it, that's right. But you could even go max protect here. That's fine if you're expecting the blitz. It could be a 2-man pattern for all I care. Do a back shoulder with Perryman. These are not elite corners. And it's not like it's going to be a 7-step drop in which you need phenomenal pass protection here. Darnold, get it. Work the one-on-one game, back shoulder with Perryman. Get the first down. Get the confidence going. I'm making it sound easier than it is, obviously. But in this league, the way these rules are, the one-on-ones favor the offense. And if you don't take those shots, you put yourself behind the 8 ball in terms of maximizing your opportunities. So instead, they go with the ground game. Niners have a run blitz on. No shot. This is the mentality problem. You want to hang with them. Don't want to make mistakes. Want to control time. Instead of, let's bury this decimated team who is dealing with a Super Bowl hangover, who lost to Arizona in week 1 very unimpressively. Let's get ahead of this team and bury this team. I don't care what your talent is. That's what your mindset should be. Now, does that mean being completely irresponsible? And installing a run and shoot on the Monday prior to the game and going empty every play and throwing a 45, 50-yard pass every time? Of course not. But if you don't take those chances and you wait until 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter to start taking advantage of single high press looks, you're not doing right by your quarterback. You're not doing right by your offense. This is NFL 2020. That stuff could fly 30 years ago with the right talent in the right situation. It doesn't fly today. And that's the major problem. And unlike week 1 where I thought the play calling was fine and Darnold was just horrible, week 2, Gase. The play calling, the mindset, it falls on the head coach. And there was no positive that could possibly get him off the hook in any one area. Next drive, Gore, right tackle. What was it? To mid to outside zone, if I remember correctly. 5 yards. Again, offensive line does a great job. Next play on 2nd and 5. Let's see what type of run this is. He only gets 1 yard. And again, one of those situations. 2nd and 5, a great situation ahead of the chains. 5 yards on first down is brilliant. Niners played run. See, this is not the 2009 New York Jets offensive line. Not the best dominant unit in the league. And Gase, with that game plan, to control clock, not attack downfield, be conservative, that only works with a unit like Rex's in 2009. It doesn't work with this unit. It doesn't work with most units in the league today. There's a blitz from the Niners, Darnold to Perryman on the speed out. Great pickup on 3rd and 4. So, the offense was rolling early. But that's not a knock on the offensive line. Most of these offensive lines can't do it and execute in every situation. On the 4th and 1, the failed 4th and 1, Gase and Darnold both said, we need to execute. Yeah, I mean, you could say that for every play, you need to execute. But when the odds are stacked against you in terms of executing, chances of executing, if the defense puts a heavy run blitz on, or you don't allow the quarterback to audible and move to a quarterback sneak when it's open, there's Darnold to Berrios. Where did he start from? Backfield or receiver? I don't know. It looked like a slot wheel. I think he was from the slot. Excellent job on first down. 7 yards. Offense is rolling. But Gase, just not knowing his personnel, thinking his O-line could succeed in every situation, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 3 with a run blitz coming. It's not the way to go. Take your shots with Darnold. Get the kid's confidence up early when the defense allows it. In those run blitzing situations, 2nd and 3, again, 2nd and 3 is a golden opportunity to do something. Golden. Yet they go on the ground. And notice another thing, not a lot of counters in this game. Not a lot of longer developing runs that Le'Veon Bell likes. Everything was zone, quick, and it played to Gore's strengths. Look at the Niners D. 4 on the line. We'll call it 9 in the box, even though it's truly not because the DBs are matching up against the close formation. So we'll call it 7 in the box with 3 DBs who could threaten. 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, single high. It's a golden opportunity to go play action. You've been running the ball well so far. Go play action. Get Darnold on the run. Or take a shot. Take a shot in single coverage. Look at this. There's plenty of space. The Niners are going to fall for run there. Go play action. Instead, they keep it on the ground. I wasn't paying attention to the exact run call, but they keep it on the ground and lose 2. That's the golden opportunity wasted. 3rd and 5, they go empty. Now, the Niners D is ready. They're playing pass all the way. Take what the defense gives you. They're playing pass all the way. 4-man front, looks like it's a 4-man rush. No funny business. Darnold does something at the line. And, 4-man rush. 2 deep. They're playing the sticks. Darnold scrambles, gets the first down. So far, Darnold, the play on the field, has overcome the play calling. The lack of not taking shots when it's there. But obviously that catches up to them eventually. First down, go up the middle for 4 yards. Looks like inside zone from what I could tell from the broadcast. Another positive play, 4 yards on first down. 2nd and 6, Gase goes back to the air. 3 yards to Perryman, empty. So the Niners know no run is coming. Obviously, it could be a design screen, something. It's a design screen, bubble to Perryman. That is, in essence, a run play on 2nd and 6. A design screen, a bubble, anything designed with blockers where Darnold has no other option but to go that one spot is, in essence, a run play in the mind of all play callers. So another 2nd down run, basically. on 2nd and 6. Then 3rd and 3, Darnold hits Hogan for, 8 yards? What was this, the one in the flat, I believe? Correct. Darnold's probably a little late on that ball, as he is sometimes in the flat. Another first down. Darnold is playing well. No big shots, but he's playing well for what the circumstances are. 1st and 10. Go to the well one too many times. Gore gets planted for -2. So far it's been first down has been majority run dominated, and the yards per carry can excuse that away because they were really good on first down. Sack on 2nd down and on 3rd down. I don't like this play. I understand a 3rd and long give up play in situations, certain situations, most situations, as fans get frustrated, but not here. When you're 3rd and long, you run a give up play like a draw or a screen because there's no chance to get anything downfield. You see the corners 15 yards off playing the sticks. Here, the Niners, the DC says, all right, I know you guys aren't going to take a chance. So I'm going to show pressure. I might blitz, but I probably won't because I know you're not going to take a chance. You're going to go with a draw or a screen and try to burn me because you think I am blitzing. That's what defensive coordinators start to do to Gase offenses. They show pressure and rarely blitz on 3rd down because they think something quick is coming. Look at the space, the one-on-one space. Okay, if they blitz, throw it to the seats. There's no harm in that. You're already at the 26. How many more yards do you need for a fickin' field goal? The play is obviously a run. I understand it in many situations. I understood it before the first half ended in Buffalo when he went with that screen because Buffalo's corners were 15 yards off and they were coming. So I understood that. Here I don't. Take a shot in one-on-one. Single high, and better yet, if you don't want to go to Hogan in one-on-one, which I wouldn't, get Perryman down there or get Herndon in an ISO situation. If it's Herndon, the Niners have to match with a safety or a linebacker. It would be a safety, but you get the idea. Not a corner. The only way they could put corner on Herndon is if they have a dime in there, and they don't. It's nickel. Only 5 DBs. So it would be safety. It would be a safety on Herndon. Why not ISO Herndon, take a shot? Or put Perryman there, take a shot. This safety shading a little bit to the left to Perryman's side, to the 2-weapon side, but he eventually gets to the middle. And instead of taking a shot here, hoping for the best defensive pass interference, which happens all the time in this league, they pick up a few yards on the ground in a give-up play that I don't like. So thus far, offensive line playing well on first down. They just aren't allowing themselves to even have the possibility to take chances on 2nd down and on 3rd down. Everything is too structured. Nothing is flowing. Nothing is reactionary to what's happening in the game. Another zone call. Gore busts it for 13 yards. The offensive line is playing great. Gore is playing great. How it's 14-3 right now? Well, I understand how it's 14. But how you only have 3 points with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter is insane. Next first down. Gase actually goes to the air to Hogan for 8 yards. Positive play. Well, yeah, it's going to be a positive play when you throw it on first down. And it's a wide receiver screen. It's the play Perryman gets hurt. It caught the Niners by surprise. First down, throw. You got everything that you want right now working. Honestly, that's how well they were playing up to this point, other than capitalizing on the scoreboard. 2nd and 2. Again, this 2nd and 2 is a golden opportunity to take a chance. Look at the Niners D. 4, 8 in the box. Press with single high. I know Perryman just went out, But again, you're telling me Darnold can't throw a one-on-one situation open? It's ridiculous. Jets, mid-zone, it looks like. Gore, 2 yards. They get the first down. Second down, still not running very well. First down, they are. Another first down. Gase actually goes to the air again. Herndon for 5 yards. There goes Berrios on the jet sweep action. Rollout, play action. Herndon gets 5. Excellent job. 2nd and 5. What do the Niners do? Looks like they're expecting run. Jet sweep action again with Berrios. Someone darts in from the edge and gets Gore in the backfield. 2nd and 5 turns into a highly pressured 3rd and 3. Yeah, short percentages in your favor, sure. But to put Darnold and put the offense in 3rd down so often with the certain structures of the play call is not a good idea. Flat to Hogan again. Good job by Darnold reading it. First down. Then he hits Braxton Berrios for 11 yards. And Berrios, I really want to see him play and continue to start with Darnold because I think he's exactly what Darnold needs. If he and Crowder can get on the field at the same time, I'm down with that. Him, Crowder, and one of the big threats, like we said earlier, Mims, Perriman, or Cager. Another first down. Gore is going to go to the right side for 4. Wesco, I formation. Might be a lead zone. And Gore gets 4. 2nd and 6. Here we go. Another one of those second and manageable situations. As you see, Frank Gore has barely aged in 14 years. So far, 13 rushes, 42 yards. Excellent job. 2 tight ends, 12 personnel. Another inside zone. Gore gets tripped up, setting up the 3rd and 1. Now, 3rd and 1. Come on. You're down 14-3. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. If there was ever a time to try to surprise a defense that's going to be overly aggressive, again, this is it. Single high press. This is disrespectful to any NFL quarterback. For a corner to be that hard at the line with just one single safety, that is disrespectful to any NFL offense and any NFL quarterback. And to not take one shot at that all first half, all first 3 quarters, is truly one of the more astounding things I've ever seen. You know, being that rigid to the game plan, to that extent, even after all the injuries that the Niners sustained, is truly remarkable. Gore, right down the gut, nothing. Yeah, when the defense is preparing for a run, the odds are stacked against the offensive line. But if the offensive line's winning on first down at above 5 yards per clip, it's a hell of a job. Don't take that away from the offensive line, that they are winning. 4th and 1. As we already talked about, Gase said he had a pass in initially, but the pass supposed to feature Bashad Perriman. Perriman was out of the game. They go to a run. Look at the Niners setup. I believe that's a one-tech. I can't see exactly where this D-end is lined up, but there is so much room for a quarterback sneak just to get that done. And the fact Sam Darnold can't audible, or that's not in the quarterback's mind, or the coach's mind to audible to a sneak in that situation, you saw Brady do it a million times in Foxborough. What is it, non-gentleman-like to take advantage of certain things at the line? Patrick Mahomes scrambled for a first down like 18 freaking times against the Chargers yesterday. He understands the situation and takes it upon himself to get it done. Gase has to allow Darnold the same ability, same freedom. This is an at the line of scrimmage game. That's what college turned into a while back. And now the NFL is starting to turn into college ball in a lot of respects. That's why you see a lot of these college coaches have success. You know, the Patriots turning the offense into a Cam Newton quarterback run design scheme. How long could he stay healthy? That's a question for a different day. Same thing with Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. How long could he stay healthy? So far, so good. But Greg Roman, all of these schemes, to not even allow the man to do a quarterback sneak in the situation is rough. Josh Adams, let's see the play call. I mean, again, it's pretty standard. No shot. And on the replay, you'll see Greg Van Roten just completely whiffs. Number 62, gone. No shot. Turnover on downs. So for all the positives and all the good things, and here's the look from the top. I mean, come on. Darnold can't sneak it here. It's a gimme. Stop making life more difficult for yourselves. Van Roten, misses him, and that's all she wrote. The other positive, other than Quinnen Williams, was Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton played well again, and the fact that the offensive line's coming together and Quinnen Williams is playing well and the Jets have never been worse under Gase is a problem. So where does that leave them now? Basically, who knows? Trevor Lawrence this, Trevor Lawrence that. As we saw with Miami last year, as we see year after year, you never know who's going to finish with the number one pick. No matter how bad the team is. Jets started 0-4 last year. Coat tight. Worst head coach ever. They finished 7-9. You never know what a full season will bring. So Trevor Lawrence is the last of my concerns and the least of my concerns right now. The biggest concern is the overall mindset, how the Jets attack week 3, and the freedom Gase gives Darnold to succeed or fail. And failing is just as important as succeeding for Darnold at times. The worst thing that could happen is that he has the chance to do neither, like we saw in week 2. But again, Darnold is not, don't pretend everything's rosy with Darnold, and Gase is the ultimate problem and the only problem. It's not the case. Darnold didn't do everything correctly in this game as well. That garbage time touchdown of Berrios was a tremendous physically gifted throw across his body, rolling to the left, throwing to the right on the scramble drill. But it's the between the ear stuff with Darnold at the line and mechanics with his feet, the way he steps in the bucket, as Joe Blewett likes to say. Everything is thrown from an open position. It's insane. And even when the pressure is not getting to him, his happy feet and his anxiousness in the pocket is totally, you can't miss it. It's bad. And I think it's gotten worse over time since he came into the league because of how hard the offensive line was his first year and his second year. So can that be fixed? Who the hell knows? But not everything's rosy with Darnold. Not everything's rosy with Greg Williams on the defense. This defense is horrible. And I don't see it getting better. But we'll see what happens. Good Indianapolis Colts team this weekend. On the road. Can't expect much, but you just want to see them take baby steps. Elsewhere across the league, Vegas and the Saints are tonight. Cleveland, Cincinnati played on Thursday. Joe Burrow was tremendous, adding to the pain of the Jets fan. All these quarterbacks are tearing it up, as they should in this league with the way the rules are. Pitt beat Denver, and it was a closer game than I thought. I didn't see much of this one. I'm going to have to see this one again. Big Ben over 300 yards. James Conner, 100 yards. Fantasy players. It's only a matter of time before Conner gets hurt. Get Benny Snell Jr. on your team now. especially after this 5-yard stinker he put up, because Connor will get hurt. He's just one of those guys, one of those players. Drew Lock gets hurt, which is a killer for Denver. Cortland Sutton also gets hurt, which is a killer. So Denver at 0-2, not looking too good moving forward. Indy is 1-1 after a tough week 1, but they just destroy Minnesota 28-11 heading into the Jets game. Phillip Rivers, a touchdown and interception, 214. Jonathan Taylor, I mean, for you fantasy guys who drafted Taylor, big break with Marlon Mack going out early. I'll tell you. That's a big one. Mo Alley Cox with 111 yards. Pittman, 37. Colts are a good team. They are well-rounded. I think they're going to win that division. Tennessee beat Jacksonville in a thriller, 33-30. Dallas beat Atlanta 40-39 with that crazy onside kick. What were they thinking? And with the way the rules are, you can't run up anymore, so onside kicks have become laughable. I can't believe the league has allowed this. Anything that cuts down the drama at the end is a terrible move. So Dallas with Zerline rolls the ball as slow as they can to go 10 yards, and everyone on Atlanta acted like they were a third baseman fielding a bunt down the line. No one touched the ball. The ball was rolling so slow, all someone had to do was hop on the ball and recover it. They didn't do it. They waited, they were confused, and this would be the way Dallas gets the onside kick. Zerline kicks the game winner. This is going to be the new way to get onside kicks. Roll it as slow as you can. Hope for a return team mistake. They try to pick it up, doesn't work. Or they try to pick it up and the kicking team tries to knock it out immediately before possession is maintained. This is going to be the new way. Watch the rest of the year. This is what's going to happen on onside kicks. To me, put back the running start rule in. I like the kickoff. I like the onside kick. I know it's going to go away, but put back the running start rule for onside kicks only. That's fine if you don't want to do it for regular kickoffs to cut down an injury, but for onside kicks only. And if you refuse to, do the 1st and 15 thing. I think it's 1st and 15, where the offense starts at the 35 or 40, and they have a 1st and 15 4th and 15. And if they convert, they continue to go. If they don't convert, they turn it over on downs in their own territory. Go one of those two ways, because this onside kick thing, that was a crazy highlight, but it hardly ever happens. Philly, Rams dominated. Philly's in trouble with all that O-line, with all of the O-line injuries. Giants, Bears win 17-3. I still like the Giants. I like Daniel Jones. I like Joe Judge. I don't think they're as bad as everyone thinks. Saquon Barkley injury is a killer. He's just turning out to be one of those guys who's injured too often. And it's amazing to think about with how strong his legs are. And he's always having leg injuries. Packers, Detroit 42, Packers, Detroit 21. It was a spanking. Aaron Jones put on a clinic. Bucks beat Carolina. Tom Brady gets his first win, 31-17. With no Godwin, I believe, in that game. Arizona goes to 2-0, 30-16 over Washington. I picked them in one of my suicide pools. You knew they were going to win. Baltimore spanks Houston 33-16. Kansas City barely gets by the Chargers 23-20. And Butker had to kick the game-winning field goal 3 times. Twice from, I think it was 52 or 53. And then there was a false start, timeout. Then a false start. And then he had to kick it, was it 58 or 59 yarder to win the game. So incredible job by Butker with just a minute left in regulation. It was about to be a tie. This 10-minute overtime thing really yields a lot of possible ties. And then Sunday Night Football, Seattle beats New England down to the 1-yard line. One play to win the game. Cam Newton. I forget what type of play. Maybe it was a quarterback power. I'm not exactly sure. They're running the inverted veer with Cam Newton. They're running the power read. Like they're doing so many things. How long will it last? I don't know. Jamal Adams had a decent day. Did get burned in coverage a few times against a receiver. It was probably zone coverage, and he picked it up. Jamal's not a liability in pass coverage. Everyone gets burned in this league. There are no such thing as lockdown corners. Stephon Gilmore got burned last night. Reigning defensive player of the year. Jamal Adams is no liability in pass coverage. And Seattle improves to 2-0, 35-30 victory. So that's the story of week 2 for the Jets, little around the NFL. We'll come back later in the week, and actually, we missed the first 2 weeks, but we'll start to do picks each week, starting with week 3, and then keep that going and keep track all year. Jets, and then maybe 2 or 3 other games each week with the spread. Until then, go on iTunes, check out Sabo Radio, iTunes, YouTube, Jets X Factor, jetsxfactor.com. Blewett has a huge week 2 thing coming in terms of film review. Nanny had just put out numbers on the historic, well, I wouldn't say historic, just god-awful, terrible week 1 and week 2 offensive performance from Adam Gase. So check that out as well. And until then, every fan will be screaming, get rid of Adam Gase. Will a miracle save him? Will they actually show up in Indianapolis? We shall see.